What can I help you with, sir?
I have here a 1921 bottle of Dom Pérignon, unopened.
Oh yeah, time to party like it's your birthday. Popping bottles in the pawn shop.
No, we're not popping that bottle.
I decided to come to the pawn shop today to see if I can sell my unopened bottle of 1921 Dom Pérignon champagne. This is a very significant bottle of Dom Pérignon. It's the first year that it was made, 1921. Only 1,000 bottles came to the United States, so this is extremely rare.
So where did you get it?
I got it from my dad, who got it from his uncle.
Dom Pérignon was a 17th century monk who became a master at anything and everything wine. His big invention was a cork that was held down with a hemp string, sort of like champagne bottles today that are held down with a wire. The reason this invention was so big is when he made sparkling wine, the cork wouldn't pop out.
Do you know how to ferment wine?
No.
Add a little yeast, put it in a barrel, let it ferment. The grape juice turns to wine. When they make champagne, what they do is bottle it before it's fully fermented. That way carbon dioxide is still forming inside the bottle, so that's how you get the bubbly. It was a really neat, weird process because when they first started making champagne, the bottles weren't really strong enough to hold all the pressure from the champagne. So the bottle makers had to guarantee to buy back any bottles that broke. That's why wine's been around for thousands and thousands of years, and champagne has only been around since the 1700s. 1921 was like one of the best vintages, too. This was supposedly the best vintage of this champagne. So how have you been storing this?
It's just been in my great uncle's liquor cabinet, and then when he gave it to my dad, it stayed in there.
All right, so it's just been sitting straight up like this
Yes.
in a liquor cabinet?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as I know, yeah.
Champagne has to be stored really cold and down on the cork. I guarantee you open this thing up, you will get sick if you drink it. I don't want to purchase it because it's not champagne inside anymore. I mean, it's ruined.
Well, I could see that as maybe it's not worth $8,000 as a drinkable champagne. You got to think about the rarity of it. When you get down to things that there's only one or two of in existence, drinkable or not drinkable, even a wine collector might like to have this in his collection, even though he's not going to drink it, just because of the absolute rarity of it.
You know, I can see your selling point. I mean, I can try and get a hold of someone to come down here and take a look at it. That's all I can tell you.
That would be fantastic.
Let me see if I can get him down here.
Okay, terrific.
If this guy's right, and a 1921 bottle is very rare, it's worth getting someone down here to check this thing out. We'll see if this thing's got any value, or if someone should have popped this thing open a long time ago.
I'm the proprietor of Marché Bacchus, a fine wine store in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been a fine wine collector for about 15, 20 years. Dom Pérignon, the most recognizable champagne in the world. 1921, the first Dom Pérignon ever produced. Released in 1936, actually, on New Year's Eve, so the wine is such a collector's item. Well, being a wine lover myself, seeing a bottle of first introduction Dom Pérignon is extremely rare. There's only been 35 vintages of Dom Pérignon produced since 1921, and 21 is considered to be an excellent vintage and an excellent wine. So, Rick, what's your concerns?
Is it any good anymore?
Well, the condition of the bottle, you've got some nicks here on the wax capsules. That's called the ullage level. It's actually fairly low, so you lost some champagne during the process. Typically happens through evaporation. And when the cork dries, it actually contracts in size and allows some of the wine to actually go out of the sides and between the cork and the neck of the bottle. And you can see that there's quite a bit of sediment in this bottle too. So chances are the wine's probably pretty dead. So I guess the question is, how was it stored during this period?
Apparently not the correct way.
I was afraid of that. The way you should have stored it was in 50 to 55 degree temperatures with 75% relative humidity. That would keep the cork moist so that it doesn't shrink and you don't lose some of the wine.
What's it worth?
You got a bottle of 21. This stuff is unavailable anywhere. It's a really cool bottle. And in pristine condition, $8,200, $10,000. In this condition, if you put it on the shelf, maybe some guy comes by, wants it just for the value of the label, probably $1,000 maybe. Someone might pay you as much as that for it.
Basically, the wine's worthless, a little bit for the bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks a lot, though.
Hey, you're welcome, man.
All right, well, that was some bad news.
Well, if you look at it that way.
I don't see me being able to sell it.
See, I think of it as a bottle collector's type of thing. Anyone
Who wants this is going to want a bottle with good champagne in it. And we have a bottle with turpentine in it. I can use it. I just don't see it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you very much. I disagree with the pond dudes. I think this bottle's very, very valuable, and I think they missed a great opportunity to make some good money.
1,000 might be right on the very best of days, but a serious collector is not going to touch this bottle. So to spend the time tracking someone down who just wants a display piece sounds more like a hassle than a profit.